欢迎回来今天的冒险。那我们今天要带我们的吸血鬼女同伴回家，Serana 回家。不过在那之前呢，我们先去黎明要塞一趟看看。其实我昨天一整晚都在测试，就是因为我送他回家到城门就卡住了，然后就去爬文啊、翻字典什么的，到后来真的是找不到问题了。然后你把他带来黎明守卫这边的话，他会觉得说这个地方不太对，就是有一点吸血鬼的第六感吧。那他就会想要先在那个洞窟口等你，对，那之后再带上他就可以。
Look at you, wearing an amulet of Mara. Are you saying you're available? I'll head back home if you need me.
An amulet of Mara. You're looking for marriage, then? I'll show you what I know. I'm heading home if you need me.
避免就是之后没有用指令传送到那个吸血鬼城堡有 bug， 所以就先把他们解散，之后再找他们回来就可以了。随着黎明守卫任务解越久，就会出现越来越多的同伴。应该说这里的成员啊。
I hope the vampires try to attack us here. A lot easier than hunting them down in their holes.
像这位之前是没有的，之前来的时候只有兽人跟一位胡子帅哥，还有那个团长。
What can I do for you? Until next time.
Bring the
What do you need?
on her.
Until next time.
So, any luck? Was Tolan right about the vampires being interested in Dim Hollow Crypt? Damn fool. I told him not to go. The Vigilants always had more bravery than sense. Did you at least find out what the vampires were looking for in there? That doesn't make much sense. Where is this woman? Who is she? that means, but we need to find out. She must either have something the vampires want, or be someone important to them. I won't lie. If this were any other situation, I'd put her down just on the chance she might be a vampire. But this is something different. I'd say do what she wants. Take her home, and see who else is in this castle. I knew it would come to this one day. I knew. And no one believed. Well, at least you're smart enough to want to learn more. I'll show you what I can. Stay alert.
那我们接下来前往那个吸血鬼的城堡。有人说第一次带他回家会进不去的原因是可能你有狼人之血，就是说你还是狼人。那我的人物现在是没有解除掉了。然后也有人说是狼人的任务还没解完，也就是像战友团的圆环成员还有法卡斯跟他弟弟Wiraak这个部分，他们两个会想要解除狼人之血，可能这个要解完吧。可是我之前先尝试把法卡斯解完了，没有效，还是一样进不去门。那维卡斯的部分是没解了，然后想说应该都大同小异，然后也想说会不会是我带着女巫头进不去，我也把女巫头掉地上也没有用。那我也爬了很多文，看很多人都是 mod 关掉啦什么之类的，或者是最这种 U4 关掉都有。可是到后来呢，还是进不去。啊，据说这是最恶名昭彰的万恶 bug 啦，就很多人都解不出来的。所以这位小姐没在这等我啊，她跑去哪？外面啊。嗨，哈哈。
What now? Yes, it is. And it's mine. It's complicated. I can't really talk about it. I'm sorry. I'd rather not get into that with you, if that's all right. I'm sorry, it's not that... It's just that I don't know who I can trust yet. Let's get to my home, and I'll have a better sense of where we all stand. It's on an island near Solitude. Hopefully we can find a boat to take us there. It's my family home. Not the most welcoming place, but depending on who's around, I'll be safe there. Let's just say that my mother and father had a bit of a falling out. Don't worry, I'm not in any danger or anything like that. It'll just be more unpleasant to run into my father. Not going to happen. Hands to yourself. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. You can't get rid of me that easily. And go where? You can't just leave me alone whenever you feel like it. I'm coming with you, like it or not.
终于知道为什么大家都喜欢这个角色了。他真的很黏人，而且他很多话，就是至少不会无聊啊。就有点像第三的追随者一样，你走到哪他就会对这个地方抒发一下他的感觉啦什么之类的，比较生动一点，比起一些傻乎乎的追随者来说好很多啦。可惜呢，我们的千年吸血鬼姐姐不对，应该是4个世纪，1个世纪1000年，4000年的老阿伯，他是不接受求婚的啦。那我们废话不多说，先送他回家吧。
That's it, out there to the north. We used to keep a boat around here to get there and back.
迷雾中的城堡，虽然比之前好很多，晚上还会更不清楚。
This is the part where we usually get in the boat. You with me?
刚才看到雾中城堡，就想到《魔戒》里面矮人唱的歌曲。
Hey, so before we go in there, I think so. And thanks for asking. I wanted to thank you for getting me this far, but after we get in there, I'm going to go my own way for a while. I think. I know your friends would probably want to kill everything in here. I'm hoping you can show some more control than that. Once we're inside, just keep quiet for a bit. Let me take the lead.
说着说着就下雪。
I watched the gate. Ain't much else to tell.
那这就是我说的 bug， 无法互动的万恶 bug。它促成的原因很多啦，不管你让任务有没有解完，或者是其他东西啊、道具之类都会影响到。
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about. What now? This is it. Home sweet castle. I didn't want you to think I was one of those, you know, the women who just sit in their castle all day. I don't know. Coming from a place like this, well, it's not really me. I hope you can believe that.
OK， 我们这边要输入指令了。首先，我们先传送我们的主角进去，再传送那个 Serana 进去。那传送 Serana 进去的时候，要先搜索它，再把它传进来，才不会当掉。所以需要3个指令。那我会逐一打上去，大家再有 遇到这状况的人再记录一下。那为什么要传送 Serana 进来？是因为我们没办法正常进入嘛。那进去之后又有触发时间，一定要他进来，要不然会当掉，就卡在这里，你也出不去。
Life here is better than you could find.
Be careful! How dare you!
那接下来指令，第二道指令就是先用搜，因为 Serana 不在这嘛，那先把它搜进来，搜索到了，然后再把它抓进来。OK， 我们出现了 Serana 的 Serana， 好口名字。那它的数据嘛，那接下来就是抓，把它抓进来。应该说把它抓回主角身边。
Pass here. Wait, Serana? Is that truly you? I cannot believe my eyes. My lord, everyone! Serana has returned.
I guess I'm expected.
I can't believe it.
My long-lost daughter returns at last. I trust you have my Elder Scroll.
After all these years, that's the first thing you ask me? Yes, I have the scroll.
Of course I was delighted to see you, my daughter. Must I really say the words aloud? Ah, if only your traitor mother were here. I would let her watch this reunion before putting her head on a spike. Now tell me, who is this stranger you have brought into our hall?
This is my savior, the one who freed me.
For my daughter's safe return, you have my gratitude. Tell me, what is your name? I am Harkon, Lord of this court. By now, my daughter will have told you what we are. Not just vampires. We are among the oldest and most powerful vampires in Skyrim. For centuries we lived here, far from the cares of the world. All that ended when my wife betrayed me and stole away that which I valued most. I was about to suggest that very thing. Yes, you must certainly deserve a reward. There is but one gift I can give that is equal in value to the Elder Scroll and my daughter. I offer you my blood. Take it and you will walk as a lion among sheep. Men will tremble at your approach and you will never fear death again. Then you will be prey, like all mortals. I will spare your life this once, but you will be banished from this hall. Perhaps you still need convincing. Behold the power! This is the power that I offer. Now, make your choice. So be it. You are prey, like all mortals. I banish you.
好讨厌的感觉，有点像喝醉，也有一点像头脑被敲了一顿一样，晕晕的。OK， 那我们就先离开这里，因为这边是太北方了，我们会读不到黎明守卫的地图，要先回到天际省的地面开地图，比较能读到了啊。如果再读不到，就是要到猎古城那边才读得到。这是他们设计上一点点小瑕疵，开给大家看。地图到这就堵住了，有没有？我只能移动到这里，猎古城还看不到，真的有点难，好难拉，拉不太上来。如果能拉到是最好的。OK， 可以的话我们就直接传上这里。想到回到这一天晚上，套句Lydia 跟那个谁的台词 ，I have a bad feeling about this， 感觉不太妙。
Look at this.
Who's there? Not you, I heard something. Is that the best you can do?
Known it was only a matter of time before they found us. It's the price we pay for openly recruiting. We'll have to step up our defenses. I don't suppose you have some good news for me.
Need something? Divines guide you.
Look at this. I should have known it was only a matter of time before they found us. It's the price we pay for openly recruiting. We'll have to step up our defenses. I don't suppose you have some good news for me. Of course. Why did I suppose differently? Fine. Tell me what you know. And so we've delivered her right to them. I should have kept her here until we were certain. They what? And you didn't stop them? You didn't secure the scroll? So they have everything they wanted, and we're left with nothing. By the Divines. This couldn't get much worse. This is more than you and I can handle. Well, of course we do. I'm old, not stupid. We're just going to need some help. If they're bold enough to attack us here, then this may be bigger than I thought. I have good men here. There are people I've met and worked with over the years. We need their skills, their talents, if we're going to survive this. If you can find them, we might have a chance. Right to the point, aren't you? I like that. Not like those fools in the Order. We should keep it small. Too many people and we'll draw unwanted attention to ourselves. I think we'll want Serene Gerard. Breton girl, whip smart and good with tinkering. Fascination with the Dwemer. Weapons in particular. Last I knew, she was out in the Reach. Convinced she was about to find the biggest dwarven ruins yet. Might need a little convincing, but she should. You'll also want to find Gunmar. Big brute of a Nord. Hates vampires almost as much as I do. Got it into his head years back that his experience with animals would help. Trolls in particular, from what I hear. Last I knew, he was out scouring Skyrim for more beasts to tame. Bring the two of them back here, and we can get started on coming up with a plan. Watch your back.
What do you need? I have. There was a time years ago when we were both members of the Vigilance, and both equally dissatisfied with them. Their hearts are in the right place, of course, but Isran and I were never comfortable. We left together, but that partnership didn't last very long. I didn't agree with some of his methods. May you always prevail.
Hmm? Fight well.
Mind yourself. There's a vicious bear on the loose. You there! Hold fast! I've tracked this damned bear for 2 weeks. I'll not let it have any more victims. Isran needing someone else's help. Never thought I'd hear that. I'm afraid he's a few years too late. I've moved on. I have more important business to attend to. Besides, he can handle anything alone. He assured me so himself. What could he possibly need my help with? Vampires, well, that might change things. Tell me more about what's going on. By the 8th. Alright, look. I'll consider it. But I can't just leave this bear to prey on more innocent people. Once it's dealt with, then perhaps I'll see what Isran expects of me. Who's there? I knew I heard something. Don't know how well I'd have managed by myself. You have my thanks. You've helped me, so I suppose the least I can do is find out what Isran wants. He's still at that fort near Stendar's beacon, I assume. If Isran is anything, he's stubborn. He's been working on that place for years now. Never lets anyone in. His own little fortress. Well, I guess I'll get to see what he's been up to all this time. I'll meet you there. I'll see you at Fort Dawnguard.
I envy you, Outlander. You can choose to leave if you wish. All right, then. Soon, I will be of age. The taste is bitter. Yes, but I must stay here and wait for the day when I'll be married and sent to another stronghold. It is our way, and I am proud to follow my people's traditions, but I can't help but feel chained. I am Lorik's daughter. Soon I'll be of age, and will be sent to marry an orc chief in some distant stronghold. Until then, I train. My new home will need strength, and my new sisters must know I am not weak when I arrive. I couldn't. It would shame my chief, and my mother, and foremothers. You're right. Malakath teaches us to meet our fate. Perhaps this is mine. Mm-hmm. That amulet. I've seen the Nords wear these when they're looking to marry. With your strength, you should have no trouble. All right, then. May your weapons be sharp, and your prey fresh. Lead, then. You have my steel. I have poisons for your weapons, and cures for your ills. Until next time.
You are speaking to Wiraak, Chief of Morkasgur. You wish to learn from the best, eh? So be it. Until next time.
You have a grim look. An orc follows to the death. Fine. Let's trade then. My blood's calm. I prefer it boiling. You sure?
I'm a strict follower
I'll
of the
stand
old
watch.
traditions.
Shall we get moving?
Straight deeds.
Fine. Let's trade then. Fine. Let's trade then. Back. Great task of waiting.
haven't seen a sack full of dwarven gyros lying around, have you? I'd swear I left it right here. Do you think mud crabs might have taken it? I saw one the other day. Wouldn't be surprised if it followed me here. Well, just look around, will you? Isran? Wants me? No, you must be mistaken. He made it exceedingly clear the last time we spoke that he had no interest in my help. I find it hard to believe he's changed his mind. He said some very hurtful things to me before I left. Anyway, I'm quite happy in my current pursuits. So if you'll excuse me... Yes, that was my point. I felt it was rather clear. Look, what is it you want from me? Vampires. Really? Oh, and I suppose now he remembers that I proposed no less than 3 different scenarios that involved vampires overrunning the population. Well, what are they up to? Well, that's actually something I never would have anticipated. Interesting. I'm not sure what they would do with one, but in this case, Isran is probably correct in thinking it isn't good. All right. If nothing else, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to learn more about what's going on so I can better defend myself. But I'm not just going to abandon what I've been working on here. It's too useful. I need at least 1 intact dwarven gyro. So either I need to find the satchel those mud crabs stole, or I need another gyro from someplace. You wouldn't happen to have one, would you? Fine, fine. I can't afford to forget about this work, though. Some very interesting applications. Now, where is it I'm supposed to be going? Ah, been working more on his secret hideout, has he? It'll be interesting to see how much progress he's made. I'll finish up here and head in that direction as soon as I can. See you there. Good day. I guess I'll see you at Fort Dawnguard.
这个洞穴应该也是跟吸血鬼有关吧，或者是 DLC 增加的历程，因为旧的地图是没有这个东西。 是该死的墨兽，能避则避，讨厌他们。
Never should have come.
Over here.
All right, Isran. You've got us all here. Now what do you want?
Hold it right there.
What are you doing?
Making sure you're not vampires. Can't be too careful. So, welcome to Fort Dawnguard. I'm sure you've heard a bit of what we're up against. Powerful vampires, unlike anything we've seen before. And they have an Elder Scroll. If anyone is going to stand in their way, it's going to be us.
This is all well and good, but do we actually know anything about what they're doing? What do we do now?
We'll get to that. For now, get acquainted with the space. Soreen, you'll find room to start your tinkering on that crossbow design you've been working on. Gunmar, there's an area large enough for you to pen up some trolls. Get them armored up and ready for use. In the meantime, we're going to get to the bottom of why a vampire showed up here looking for you. Let's go have a little chat with it, shall we?
Did you ever try putting armor on trolls?
What?
I mean, idea even cross your mind?
Oh, well, I'm not sure. I guess it came from fighting them, thinking.
So let's hear it.
Worse. And then realizing
Probably weren't expecting to see me again.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew. And no one believed.
You probably weren't expecting to see me again. I'd rather not be here either, but I needed to talk to you. It's important, so please just listen, before your friend here loses his patience. Well, it's about me, and the Elder Scroll that was buried with me. The reason I was down there, and why I had the Elder Scroll. It all comes back to my father. I'm guessing you figured this part out already, but my father's not exactly a good person, even by vampire standards. He wasn't always like that, though. There was a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it. He just became absorbed, obsessed. He was kind of sick, actually. The prophecy said that vampires would no longer need to fear the sun. For someone who fancied himself as vampire royalty, that's pretty seductive. Anyway, my mother and I didn't feel like inviting a war with all of Tamriel, so we tried to stop him. That's why I was sealed away with the scroll. I did, but something about you makes me think I can trust you. I hope I'm not wrong. Well, let's move then. I'm nothing if not persuasive.
All right, you've heard what it has to say. Now tell me, is there any reason I shouldn't kill this blood-sucking fiend right now? Set my hatred aside? Not a chance. It's what keeps me strong. You better know what you're doing. It can stay for now, but if it so much as lays a finger on anyone here, I'll hold you responsible. Got it? You hear me? Don't feel like a guest, because you're not. You're a resource. You're an asset. In the meantime, don't make me regret my sudden outburst of tolerance and generosity. Because if you do, your friend here is going to pay for it.
Thank you for your kindness. I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry. So, in case you didn't notice the giant thing on my back, I have the Elder Scroll with me. Whatever it says, it will have something that can help us stop my father. But of course, neither of us can read it. Well, the Moth Priests are the only ones I've heard of who can do it. They spend years preparing before they start reading, though. Not that it helps us anyway, because they're all half a continent away, in Cyrodiil.
Some Imperial scholar arrived in Skyrim a few days ago. I was staking out the road when I saw him pass by. Maybe that's your Moth Priest.
Do you know where he's staying now?
No, and I'm not going to waste men looking. We're fighting a war against your kind, and I intend to win it. You want to find him? Try talking to anyone who'd meet a traveler. Innkeepers and carriage drivers in the big cities, maybe. But you're on your own.
Any idea how you're going to find a Moth Priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place. Any idea how you're going to find a Moth Priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place. Well, back before you know, the College of Winterhold was the first place I'd think to go for any kind of magic or historical thing. The wizards know about all kinds of things that people probably shouldn't know about. Actually, now that I think of it, I'm going to come along with you. I've been really wanting to get out and explore a bit. I mean, as much as anyone. Not a lot. You'd figure a couple hundred years locked away with one would have given me some insight, but no. Turns out you don't learn much from just sleeping with something. Not at this rate, no. That's a long story. we kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Do you know where vampirism came from? Exactly. The first vampire came from Molik Bal. She was not a willing subject, but she was still the first. Molik Bal is a powerful Daedric lord, and his will is made reality. For those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be powerful in their own right before earning his trust. The ceremony was degrading. Let's not revisit that. But we all took part in it. Not really wholesome family activity, but I guess it's something you do when you give yourselves to a Daedric lord. Well, you've met most of us. My father's not exactly the most stable, and eventually he drove my mother crazy with him. And it all ended with me being locked underground for who knows how long. It's definitely been a bad thing, on the whole. I will be. Just give me a little time. Nothing like a goose chase around the whole damned prop. That's a long story. The short version is that my parents and we were followers of Molik Bal. Not many people understand the appeal. You keep surprising me. Now, you might already know that Molik Bal is the original source of vampirism. But what you probably don't know is that he still grants it to his more impressive followers. This isn't that watered-down child's power that you simply contract from another vampire. We're pure-blood creations of original vampires. We earned this. That's a long story. The short version is that my parents and I know, but just... Anyway, Molik Bal is the original source of vampirism, and still grants it to his more worthy followers. This isn't that watered-down child's... We earned this. That's... I guess... We kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Exactly. The first vampire, Molik Bal, for those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be Nobody's ever asked me that before. I don't know. I think mostly I hate what it's done to my family. I'm not sure it's really your place to judge me, to judge us. My family has its problems, but they're our problems. Let's just move on from here, okay? A cure? Why even think of it that way? I can't think of any reason I'd want to lose this gift, especially after what I did to get it. It may have driven my family apart, but I'm still here, and I'm alive. I won't give this up.
在这里补充说明一下，如果你在这边接到任务的话，就是你不能有任何追随者。如果你有任何追随者的话 ，Serana 她不会跟着你走，就变成说你要先解散你的追随者，然后她才会跟着你走。带着一个背着上古卷轴的小妹子来，我觉得真的是挺有趣的啦。话说我们主角上古卷轴的任务还没接到，我觉得应该是可以同时进行一下，反正都要去东堡了，所以之后会来解一下那个主线的部分。
Getting along with Isran. It takes some getting used to. This isn't exactly a palace, is it? Still, it's sturdy, secure, and seems defensible. I suppose I'd rather be here than most other places in Skyrim. If Isran needs me, it must be pretty bad. I wonder what we're up against here. I've only heard stories. Not sure if any of them are true. Like that they were supposed to guard some vampire here, but wound up all becoming vampires themselves when they saw how powerful he was. And then preyed on the rift until finally someone put them down. I guess it doesn't matter now. At least Isran is trying to do something noble with the name. A basic one, of course. That is, assuming you know anything about steelsmithing. It's pretty simple. Talk to Gunmar if you need materials. I want to add some punch to our crossbow capabilities. I've done all I can on my own. I need a little inspiration. I've always been fascinated with Dwemer artifacts. I take them apart, poke around in their guts, and try to figure things out, with mixed results. But as luck would have it, I've tracked down the location of some actual Dwemer diagram drawings. So, if you'd be a dear and collect those plans for me? I can certainly try. It's not easy to get supplies way out here, but I'm managing. Take a look. Mm-hmm. I like what Isran has done with the place. It's good to see someone else who's really prepared.
If you're putting yourself in harm's way, you'd best be prepared. Take these. Sorin needs help with her project to improve our crossbows. If that doesn't interest you, speak with Isran. He has something for you. Good luck. Cozy little place, isn't this? Isran had a surprising stockpile of weapons and armor. Take a look. Take care of yourself.
OK， 那我们今天的冒险就到这，明天再来解其他剩余的任务。那我们下回再见喽，拜拜。